showed that he was sorry, he carried his body with him. Was there any concern on anybody's part up there, in particular yours, that the jury would buy it and somehow use that to springboard second-degree murder instead of first degree?
I don't know if I'd use the word buy it, but we always work hard on every case, and obviously we worked hard in this case. We like to let the jury know every aspect of the case, and you saw in our closing, we tried to address that in our first closing because we knew that was going to be or could be an issue. I trust in the jury system. I've done a lot of trials here in Los Angeles County. It's tough for a prosecutor because you don't have any control. The jurors make the decision. But I trust in the system. And so we were very confident in the case that we presented. And we believe we presented a good case. And we believe we gave the jury the evidence to make the right decision.
Can you talk about what you're going to bring out of the movie phase?
I missed that last.
You were in a position to read the faces of all the jurors as they heard and saw this very graphic evidence. What did you see in terms of their reaction?
It's hard for me, I could tell you as a prosecutor, to be paying attention to the jury. I know some prosecutors are able to do that. I'm mostly focused on my case, and usually I'm focused on the witnesses. And so I usually will ask the detectives or ask my co-counsel, what expressions sometimes the jurors did or didn't do. But most of the time, my kind of focus is on the questions that we're trying to ask the witnesses. Usually my focus is on did I get everything done? Did I get the exhibits done? And so I don't look at the expressions that much on the jury. More of my focus is on making sure we present the evidence, making sure the jury is able to hear the evidence, making sure we have the right witnesses so the jury can hear the evidence, making sure we have the right exhibits.
You didn't note their reaction at all?
No, yes. I mean, obviously I'm in that room, so you could see when jurors and other people react. But I could tell you with the verdict that was just read today, when the verdict was read, I really wasn't paying attention to the jurors. That's sort of, I think, I have a job to do, and we're all emotional because we're all humans, but I have a job to do, and so I do see that, but I wouldn't say it necessarily goes into that much my thought process. I can tell you this, from what Detective O'Quinn said, the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office has a child abuse unit now that deals with shaken baby cases, child abuse cases. I'm in that unit. The unit was created about a year ago. And many of my cases deal with children who were injured or murdered, and a lot of them are emotional. And so, but we have created that unit. And so a lot of my cases have an emotional aspect to it. But we have a job to do. And
in the penalty phase, what will be the number one thing that you will try to convince the jury that his life is not worth saving?
I think that I could best answer that question after. And the rules are this: I can't say anything that could prejudice the potential jury pool, and so I don't want to say anything about what we want to do or not want to do in the upcoming.
What did you say to Gabriel's father, his biological father? You embraced him after the verdict. What were you saying to him?
I would say that's private, but I'm a dad, and he's a dad, so sorry. It was just feeling like he got justice.
Being a father, how difficult was it for you to try this case?
Oh yeah, very difficult. I'm human and I'm a dad, so yeah, it's hard.
Of all the exhibits that were presented in the case, I mean, the pictures, the testimony of these children, what stuck to you? I mean, there had to be one particular aspect of this that truly made it very difficult to deal with.
I wouldn't say anything stuck with me, but I've been on the case for 4.5 years. And, like I said, I'm a human, just like all of you. It isn't necessarily the pictures. Gabriel's a person like everybody else. And so, a lot of times when people deal with children and deal with child murders, they don't think that, they don't realize that they're people, just like everybody else. And so I think that in all my cases in this one.
Come closer to the mic so you're
Sorry.
walking away.
Sorry. I'm not used to this, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Death penalty case before?
No, this is my first death penalty case.
What are the challenges of a death penalty case in general?
That's a good question. I would say that it's the most work I've ever done on a case. Jury selection is very, very difficult. It requires a lot of work, a lot of mental work. There's a lot of work involved in it, and it requires a lot. We had 6 exhibit notebooks. Each of them were about 200 pages. That's about 1,200 exhibits. I've never had a case with that many exhibits.
Do you have a personal opinion on the death penalty you want to share with us?
No. I think after this is over, I could do that. I think that my opinion.
Executed anyone in what 11 years?
My opinion is that Los Angeles and California have the death penalty. My opinion is I'll respect the voters, and the voters have voted that that we need to have a death penalty in California. So I'll respect that. The jury makes the decision, not me. I'm just the prosecutor. So it's hard to make those kind of comments on that. I'm just as a prosecutor, and I'm happy that we've proceeded a little bit farther is trying to give justice to what happened to Gabriel and to his family.
John,
It's taken 4.5
for
years
the
to get
lay
to this
public,
point.
how would you explain what the jury's decision was? What did they decide was true in terms of what happened to Gabriel to cause his death?
I mean, I think we gave the jury.
What was it that caused his death? That prevailed?
But based on the evidence and based on what Dr. Reby testified in the grand jury and also testified